Jan, perhaps to Brent. Knowing the ongoing controversy up at Southcott on the famous road, I know there's a warranty there, but if there does need to be some surface prep to make that right, that we can guesstimate what that might cost.
It's on the existing road that was done this year.
Yeah, the existing road. If there's any issues with that road, we'll make sure they're taken care of within the year warranty period we specifies.
But some of the contracted work may not be warranty work. Like I've counted 4 spots that are just like a roller coaster breaking up. Now, if that wasn't in the contracted work, they're not going to cover it.
No, they're not going to do that.
So that's what I'm saying.
And we would do that just through our normal operating budget.
That's all I want to know.
It's a maintenance on
Good,
this.
perfect.
That's right.
Become out of maintenance.
Yeah, and I would just mention that stands road as well. For us.
Yeah,
So
it's the same situation.
Okay.
Church Street has been a problem, it's good.
These reconstructions are all under the roads need study, or this is taken from the roads need study, how to move forward.
Or the dozer.
Or to move it up, okay. Yep. Page 8 deals with surface treatment, and there's not a lot in 2013, but in 2014, and I guess I asked the question of Brett that the surface treatment, are we moving away to an asphalt treatment for some of the roads in Shoreline and Pines Parkway and those issues? I guess you have to look at the dollars, whether this maybe didn't work out as the best.
Brenda and I have talked about this. When we came back from Tennessee and Kentucky, they are using tar and chip on major highways. And the consensus is it's the application, not the product. So Brenda and I talked.
Yeah, and we've acknowledged that there's some changes in our actual construction standards that have to be made. So the next time that we look at these roads, we'll present both options to council at that time and budget. You know, this is the cost of an asphalt road, and this is the cost of doing a tar and chip road based on our new standards.
Okay. Questions on page 8? Page 9? Page 10, bridge and culvert. Street, the guardrails are in there from last year.
And those, just to note for council, those will be installed in the springtime. All the materials here, we can do it with our own forces.
Okay. Secretary Day?
Yeah, just before we go on from, obviously we're moving past surface treatment, but something I would like council to consider seriously is the possibility of expanding the dolomite application on rural roads and preparing more roads for that. Because when there's a freeze and thaw and the roads just become very pocked with potholes, and it's just very difficult on the rural roads. They don't have a lot of return on their investment for taxation. They do pay a significant amount for land and things. So I think we should be proceeding in that type of strategic approach. Maybe we should be getting a report back on how we can gradually move towards that, because I know that Significant Wyoming does it on a consistent basis throughout all of the rural roads, and it makes for a very nice solid service. So should we be investigating costs and having a report on that as well before we move on to the service?
Yeah, Brett, can you comment on the dolomite? What's it going to take?
Well, Jericho Road's been completed, and that was going to be our first trial road, and it's held up well in its first season. So this will be the second season where we have that road with that type of product on it. So I think the deputy mayor is correct. That's probably our intent. Use it as a trial as we get into the late summer months, and we're starting to consider budget for 2014. Then we bring a report to council saying dolomite's done great, it's done poorly, and if we want to start moving towards this type of treatment, this is what it would cost, and here's some roads I could consider.
Okay. This Grand Bend bridge railing, and I see it's new. through you to Brent, is there any more suggestion as to how you're gonna do that? Cause we keep revisiting the width of the current sidewalk, the condition of it, but I personally don't know how you're gonna do it. That's gonna allow you enough width to get
Yeah, the
a
design was,
wheelchair through or.
well, and the design was, it's fully designed as a removable, and it was designed to accessibility standards. The challenge will be is if somebody in a wheelchair goes through meeting traffic.
43 inches, I believe, is the standard, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know where you're gonna anchor the thing. It's all crumbling.
Yeah, and in all honesty, off the top of my head, I haven't looked at the design documents for a few 6 months, so I can't tell you exactly.
I hope we can just make this a priority in terms of deciding how we can do it, because people do keep asking, when is it happening, you guys approve it, when are you gonna do it? But I understand your challenge, engineering wise, I don't know how you're gonna do it.
I think the whole bridge issue is, still it's the issue that the chamber keeps bringing up, it's the issue of traffic and everything else. It's a big picture issue. It's a multi-million-dollar,
60 million, wasn't it? They told us, I think they had one by one.
to do the bridge.
Because it's a cantilever bridge.
Well, that's, don't know how we're gonna do it, that's the challenge. Okay, anything else on there? Page 11, sidewalks, walkways and trails. Replacement annual 75,000.
Just a question. That's across the whole municipality, 75,000? So as needed, or is it by request, or how?
Each spring we do an inventory of the sidewalks, and then we choose the areas after the winter months. They're susceptible to heating through the winter time, so that's why we like to wait until the springtime. But that's about the average of what our program's been over the past few years, so we just decided to do that.
Deputy Day?
Yeah, for you to rent to, I believe that some municipalities actually do a master plan for sidewalk replacements. We obviously don't have such a
We
master.
don't have a master plan, we have a sidewalk replacement policy, so when operations staff go out, they travel it and then just make note of the areas that aren't meeting the policy, and then we decide which ones are the worst and replace them that way.
Sometimes that is, if I could just say that, sometimes it's reactive and sometimes it tends to go on longer than maybe is wise or prudent. I know the ones in forest seem to take a while longer than I would have thought. So I'm just wondering, do you think it would be wise for us to make the investment in a sidewalk master plan? And what do you think the cost would be for such a master plan? Just so we can be consistent and strategic.
I don't know. If I'm just guessing, I'd say $10,000 to $20,000 to hire an engineer to look at it. One of the changes we did make this year, and it's not shown in the capital program, but in the operating program, we added $25,000 to invest in sidewalk grinding. So some of the areas that are borderline that have heaved a couple of inches, rather than replacing that section of sidewalk, we'll grind it down to reduce the trip hazard.
Excellent.
We can spend $10,000 on a plan or spend $10,000 on doing sidewalk.
Yeah, sure.
With both.
Yeah, I'd be
Yes.
before it.
We can do both, so we have to raise money somewhere. Now,
With that in
further,
mind, Church Street again, okay, we're gonna do the whole thing, culverts, the water line, everything. That intersection off of Main, okay, it's got a sidewalk where it's not a ramp there. The other side is, at my place, is so you can get on, you can do the Duke of Hazard's thing in your wheelchair. You really get off the top of it. You jump over and there's a ramp on the other side, so. Instead of-
Counselor Munster.
Just three things, I just kind of want to red flag because I don't see anything here. The Rotary Nature Trail, there has been talk of the Nature Trails meetings, talking about extending that down to Fort Franks, and I know there's some community interest, there's no number attached here. I don't see it happening this year, but I'm wondering to flag it, if we should put something in, you can always take it out. But I
Yes.
mean,
And that's why I invested it this year. I put it on as a project and what new, but at this point in time, we don't have
We don't have any numbers
any
on
sort of
it.
cost estimate.
The second is the Klondike Trail, again, it is flagged as new, but again, no money.
Out in 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, so,
Be nice to move that one forward.
exactly, especially with the fact that the